What's up, everyone? It's Brian from the Exact IT Solutions Cybersecurity channel. Welcome to another video where we let you know what's going on out there in the world of cybersecurity, ransomware attacks, and cyber attacks in general, and what you can do to protect yourself. So today we have news of a cable system in, I believe, Ohio. Buckeye Broadband is having a little bit of an issue with their email services that they provide to their clients. So we're going to talk about what's going on over at Buckeye Broadband today, and what's happening to their customers and how this is impacting them, and really where this is coming from. There's a little bit of a twist to this story, so we're going to get into it. But remember, subscribe to our channel and like our videos. All right, guys, so there's not a lot of news about this out there. That's why I make these videos, because I want to bring awareness to this stuff. But we have Buckeye Broadband, and they are out of Ohio, and their web portal went down on Wednesday, where their customers go to get their email. So if you use I believe it's a bex.net email address and you're a customer of Buckeye Broadband, you probably cannot get to your email. And what Buckeye Broadband is saying is that this is an attack, a ransomware attack on the vendor that they use to provide the email services here. Now, I'm not aware of any email providers that are currently under a ransomware attack, so except for FinalSite. And I covered that in a video the other day. But FinalSite, and I'll link to it somewhere up here so you can check out that. But FinalSite really is focused on schools. And I don't believe that they provide I could be wrong, but I don't believe they provide the email services for Buckeye Broadband's customers. But nothing's out of the question here. According to my research, FinalSite was a website company for schools, and it really didn't mention anything about them hosting email services for cable companies. And I would just think that a broadband provider would use a more robust type of email server system for this, for these customers. So number one, if you're a Buckeye customer, how's this impacting you? It's probably, your email's probably down right now. You probably can't get to certain things. If you use this as your primary email, it's probably really annoying. And this hasn't impacted Buckeye's cable broadcasting or anything like that. This is like, they kind of outsourced this email service to a third-party company, and that's really the only thing that's been affected. Now, the third-party company, whoever this is, it says, the information I have here says, after investigating these reports, it was discovered that the service provider that manages Buckeye's broadband email domain was the victim of a ransomware attack. And the email service provider has reported that customer data has not been compromised. Again, I do these videos all the time. You can also check out my podcast, Security Squawk, that I do with Reginald Andre and Randy Bryan. We record that on YouTube, so you can find it there. You can find it on any podcasting platform. But the reality of it is that we talk about this all the time. It's way too early for anybody to be talking that kind of language that no data has been taken. So they're working with security experts and federal authorities to restore access to email services as quickly as possible. The unnamed email service provider, that is. And then it's important to note that it's not emails that are involved, but the server that controls the distribution of the email. And I guess, that's trying to give people a false sense of security, because the reality of it is if they can shut down those servers and they can get on those servers, they can get to the data. They can get to the information that's stored within these databases and within these servers. And unless you're only attacking transport servers and not storage servers, that could be the possibility. But more than likely, these are the same servers in most cases. So we'll see where this goes. We'll see what ends up happening out of this. But I'd love to hear from anybody who uses a bex.net email address or is a Buckeye Broadband customer. Let us know how this is affecting you. Are there any businesses out there that use this as their primary email source, and is it affecting their business? And, you know, the issue is with this third-party vendor, and they're kind of passing it off onto the third-party vendor, and they're kind of saying, hey, it's their process to have in place to deal with it. We're not the only company negatively impacted here, but that doesn't make it any better. And this brings up a point that when I go through looking at incident response plans and disaster recovery plans with clients, more and more we're talking to them about, hey, what are you going to do when said cloud provider or said service is no longer available to you? And that could be for days. And how is this going to impact your business? And how are we going to have a backup plan so we can get to whatever we need to get to help run our business? So like in this case, if you identify email as a critical function in your business, like you can't go more than a day or two without email in your company, and your email is hosted in the cloud by a third-party provider, and that third-party provider has a cyber attack, has a ransomware attack, you know, just has a problem. Maybe a data center goes down. Maybe a line gets cut between the data center and the internet. There's a lot of different things that can take down these services. And you really can't blame another business because you have a problem. Your contracts don't say that that's okay. Your cyber insurance doesn't say that that's okay. I'm not aware of any regulations in any industries that are governed with cyber security policies that say that that's okay. It's on you to make sure you have a backup plan for your business for all these things that you're farming out to the cloud. And unfortunately, yeah, those things look a lot like going backwards in time a little bit, because you have to keep something local or something, you know, in cold storage that, you know, you thought, well, I'm in the cloud, I'm good, I don't have to worry about it anymore. But the reality of it is you need to bring that stuff somewhere where you can get to it if you lose access to things like the internet. Or I guess you could chalk it up to like what this company did and just say, hey, it's not our problem. It's this third-party company. We can't do anything about it. We'll see how that plays out long term when customers start giving this company feedback about how they handled this situation and things like that. But if you're a business owner, or you run a business, or you're in charge of making sure a company is still running, these are the things you need to do. You need to plan. You need to plan for cloud outages, services not being available to your company, and really analyze the impact of that and make sure that you have proper backups and proper ways to get to this data should these cloud services cease to exist through a cyber attack, through war, through whatever could happen. Hurricanes, floods, fires, we've seen it all. And technology stops working when all those things happen, and you got to have a backup plan, and you got to have an incident response plan. Every business should have one now, and that's what we should be all working towards in 2022. So that's it for me. Buckeye Broadband, their email service has been a victim of a supply chain ransomware attack. A third-party vendor, their supplier, has attacked their network and taken the email services for Buckeye Broadband customers down. That's where we're at today. Try to update you when we get more information. You're not going to hear about this anywhere but on our channel and maybe a little news outlet out in Toledo. So we'll see you soon. Take care.